Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, November 12th, 2020. Hope everybody's doing great. I'm gonna look for myself over here on my iPad. So my name is Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And that means that I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, home decor, gift packaging, and so much more with stamps, ink, paper, etc. So as you guys come on, say hi, and I will enter you to win the projects I'm going to make today. You can comment, you can say anything, and you'll be entered. So you don't just have to say hi. You can ask a question, tell us where you're from, whatever, and you can do that on replay as well. So if you're watching the recording, say hi also, because you will still be entered as long as I haven't done the drawing yet. So good morning, everybody. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Cindy. Good to see you guys. Hey, Catherine. Good morning. I like your new schedule, Catherine. Your new time zone, I should say. Hey, Pat. Good morning. Landa. Hello. Landa's working hard this week. Thanks for sharing, Cindy. So my name's Jennifer Cotton. I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 19 years. I still forgot to look up my anniversary date, but it's in November. So November is 19 years. Hey, Joni, happy Thursday. Thanks for sharing, Pat. That I've been doing this Stampin' Up! Thing where I teach people how to make their own handmade items, which now is the season for that. We're coming into the Christmas season, fall as well, because of Thanksgiving, and of course the whole year is crafting season. But you can hand make your own Christmas cards. Wouldn't that be great to do that this year? As well as your own gift tags, which is my favorite crafting. That's my favorite thing to craft, is my own Christmas gift tags. I don't know why. I think it's because it's easy to do. They're quick and easy. They're small. You can use a bunch of different products and mix and match. And anyway, I love it. But boxes, all kinds of stuff during this season. And they make great gifts as well. Hey, everybody. Catherine says Eastern time zone is easier on her. Yes. Let's see. Pam, I can't read as well on my iPad. It's a tiny bit smaller font. Hey, Pam in North Carolina. Sandy, Buffalo Ranch. Wait, oh my goodness. Lost Lake, Buffalo Ranch, Washburn, North Dakota. Awesome. Is it cold there? Hey, Sherry. Thanks for sharing, Sandy. Pat, me also. I would love to do gift tags. Yes. Thank you for saying what you also, because it's always like, what are you referring to? Okay, so I'm going to get started. Hey, Dana. I have lots of stuff to share today. If I turn the camera down right now, you would see a mess on this table. So lots of stuff to share. We just had our Stampin' Up! On Stage event, which of course was converted to online only through the company. It was going to be in Salt Lake City this year. And basically it's our yearly convention. And they released 2 new catalogs, 2 demonstrators. Yay! And we didn't receive these in our box, but I forget the date. But if we placed an order by Tuesday, this came in our order. If you attended the event, it's a perk. Other demonstrators are going to get it free. It's being mailed out right now. So, both of them. But I placed an order, of course, and I paid to have it here in one day. So it came Tuesday. Yes, because I placed it Monday. And I got my books. So I can't show you the insides yet, but I can show you what I ordered. We had a limited selection. So I'm going to show you what I ordered. Celebration is a big sale we have this year in January and February, and then we're going to do it again with different stuff in July and August. So Celebration, every time you spend $50 or $100, you get a free gift. January, February. There's also a host special and a kit special. And then, of course, we have a brand new, super thick catalog of all new product. And, of course, so during our event, you could watch it at home. You could get together with your team or other stamping friends. And Martha says she can't wait to get it in her hands. But you could also do what my team did, just a few of us. We rented, and thanks to Yolanda, because she has a connection at a hotel, we rented a conference room in a hotel, and whoever chose to stayed at the hotel, and some people drove home each night. But long story short, we had a conference room. Each of us had our own table. Yolanda streamed the videos from Stampin' Up! On the big TV in the room. It was awesome. So we got to have our gathering, but we were safe with our masks and all that stuff. We got to brainstorm with each other after the sessions and just do what we like to do, which is hang out together as Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So it was awesome. And then we also had a Facebook group for those who couldn't attend or, you know, come to our live thing, either because they don't live in Texas or, oh, my hair is bleh, or because, you know, COVID restrictions for themselves. Anyway, so lots of fun. I got lots of gifts, and we did a card swap, so I wanted to show you a few of them. I don't think I have them all here. Half of them have been eaten. And they're maybe not in their original packaging, but one of our team members, Marianne, brought this bucket, and then surprisingly, people put little treats in the bucket. It was awesome. And then, lots of people brought gifts for each other. So these are just some of the gifts I got. Thank you, Pat. She always gives me the cutest Vera Wang. I mean, Vera, is that, why am I took the packaging off. Vera Bradley, Vera Wang. Stuff. Isn't that adorable? And there was a matching bag. I don't know where the bag is at the moment. It probably is still full of stuff. And snacks. I got this from April. I'm busy. She knows me very well. That was from Stampin' Up, you know, the pins that we could trade, which I would like to trade some of mine, but we didn't get around to that at our event. Other snacks and food in there. Landa made us these awesome name tags. I'm pretty sure there was more snacks in this bag, but I ate them. These were a couple of projects I came up with the stamp set we received, which I'll show you in a minute. And then got hand sanitizer. This was from the hotel, actually. The breakfast. If you haven't stayed in a hotel in a while, at least where we were, it's a sack lunch now for your included breakfast because of COVID. Swaps. So I may have, no, I didn't. So these first two are with the stuff I'm going to use today. Sorry about the glare on these envelopes. So I'm going to set those aside so I can show them again to you later after you see the stuff. But these swaps were amazing. It's a great perk when you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you can participate in card swaps. This was the winner. Let me show you real quick how it opens. So you make one design and you make multiples of that design. Isn't that cute? And then there's glimmer paper on there. And then you get back one of each card, basically. And so for the swaps, or the swaps for this event were amazing. Hey, everybody. Thank you for sharing. Rhonda. Good morning, Susan. Let's see what the other Susan says. Can't wait to pre-order. You're a discount shopper, so you don't buy everything. That's crazy. No, I'm just kidding. But you really want, oh, you don't buy everything you really want, even though eventually, after seeing the cards, you order it all. Yes. So Susan is promoting being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator because anyone can do it and be a discount shopper. There's no obligation to teach or do videos or any of that stuff. So awesome, Susan. Alma, yes, this card is awesome. And honestly, the votes, though, were tight because we had so many good swaps. But, and that one used the new stamp set as well, which I think probably pushed her over the edge. But we had, there's a jingle bell on that one, some gorgeous cards. This one also uses the new stamp set. This one is heat embossed on top of an embossing folder. Like, amazing. Gorgeous there. New stamp set. I forget the name, Dragonfly something. This one, this was Yolanda's swap, so she didn't allow herself to be entered to win because she was the host. But pretty awesome. Another one with the new super cute little snowman. It's got a wink of Stella all over it. So pretty. Can't Life is Beautiful, I believe. And then check out this one from Pat, who's on here right now. Some of you guys also are probably on here now. From Pat Coates with little marshmallows. And she wore she made these during the event, and she wore her rubber gloves and her mask while she put those marshmallows in there, so it's totally edible. And then just lots more, only what's left of my candy, because I ate it all. And other treats that people sent us. Pretty much what I didn't eat is what I can't eat because of my special, like, eating restrictions. It's not a diet. It's, if I eat them, I feel like crap. So, thank you, everybody. It was a fun event. If you haven't seen, check out my personal page, and you can see a video of me and Yolanda doing hammer time. It was awesome. So, anyone can join our team. All you have to do is contact me, and I'll give you the link, which I also always post in this video description. And it's $99 for $125 in merchandise of your choice with no obligation to do anything in the future. So it's awesome. And then you get the discount like Susan was talking about. Thank you guys for sharing. Hey, Kat, good to see you. Hope you're feeling better. Hopefully you're fully recovered. Hey, Kathy, good to see you. Sandy loves the tree. Yes. Susan loves Yolanda's card. Sharon likes all of them. Yes, Susan Potter, I wish you could have made the trip as well. It was so much fun. Hey, Pam. Hey, Janet. Susan says, I love Stampin' Up. Yes. And Susan's not in my team, so everybody, you know, we're all like one big team, the whole Stampin' Up family. Okay, so let's see. With On Stage, everybody got, if you attended, and it was a paid for event, of course, because they have to put all this on. You should have seen, if you haven't seen it, Sarah Douglas, our CEO, gave us a behind the scenes video of the company that runs this. It's insane, all the work that goes into it. So, of course, we have to pay for it, but the content we get is amazing. And then we each got $25 in free merchandise. Thank you, Susan. And then we all won a door prize. I won a stamp set that will be coming out in the celebration brochure, and it's going to be mailed to me later. Other people won stamp sets. Hey, Kim, good morning, if I'm saying that right. Some people won $15 in merchandise for the prize, and some people won a surprise that they won't know until it gets mailed out by Stampin' Up. So everybody got a prize. We all got $25 in free merchandise of our choice. And of course, just the whole event was amazing. So Stampin' Up puts on good events. Yes, Pat, that production company, that video, y'all have to watch it. Sarah Douglas, I believe, with 2 S's. Okay, so today I'm going to make 3 cards with the Curvy Celebrations products. So these are products that you can pre-order now as a customer. Demonstrators, you can order them too, but we were allowed to pre-order them last month. So this one, which I'll show you during the video, is While Supplies Last, the designer paper. And the Curvy Christmas stamp set will only be available until January 4th, then it's gone forever. And I love this set. These 2 are a sneak peek from our upcoming catalog that comes out January 4th or 5th. Let me see if I can read it with my terrible. January 5th is when this starts. But you can order this now as a bundle. So that's what I'm going to show today. I'm going to make 3 cards. As you come on, comment, say hi, ask a question, talk about how awesome Stampin' Up! Is. Anything you say gets you entered to win the 3 cards. And then if you share the video, comment that you shared, that gets you entered again. Even if you're watching replay, you can still be entered. So definitely do those 2 things. And that helps me, by the way. Thank you very much. This is my full-time job. I've been doing it for 19 years, but you know, grew into strong full-time job pretty quickly, actually. But anyway, this is how I make my money. So if you see anything you like and would like to place an order today or anytime, that would be awesome. That would help me as well. And I have a reward. So in general, anytime you order, you're going to get something for it. But specifically, if you just want to go online and place an order outside of an event, you're going to receive, if your order is 25 or more in the month of November 2020, with the monthly host code, which is just a little code you enter when you're checking out, you will get a class packet to make 4 cards using the gift wrapped bundle, which is this bundle here. So you'll need to provide your own stamps. I would recommend having the punch as well, but you could hand cut the bows out if needed. But we'll punch, die cut, emboss, everything else we possibly can for that kit for you. So I'll show you the cards from last month's online ordering special, which, by the way, if you did that, they're going to go out this week. Because of Onstage, Landa and I got really behind. She just delivered the packets to me last night. Not her fault. She's also cutting for our team meeting, which is Saturday. And then I have to finish putting them together and get them in the mail. So, yay, Rhonda, that's awesome. So anyway, this is one of the cards from last month. And again, like in this kit, so these are all going to be die cut for you. The leaves will be die cut. This will be punched. You're just going to stamp the greeting and a symbol with PDF instructions. On this one, this background's going to be embossed for you. You probably can't see that on this camera right now. I can't see it. But it's embossed. This will be punched. This will be die cut. This will be die cut. So you get it, how easy it is. And then this one. So that's an example of my monthly kits in the mail that you could receive. So if your order is $25 or more with the host code, you get the class packet and the PDF. If it's $50 or more, you get the class packet, PDF, and a free full accessory. Like this month, what they're getting for last month is the beaded pearls. They're getting a full pack of that. Now, if you go online and you place an order and you're like, I want everything, so it's $150 or more, then don't use the host code and I'll still give you those gifts. So, because, and the reason not to use the host code is because Stampin' Up's going to say you're a host and they're going to give you at least $15 in free merchandise. And then as you know from what I just said, the kits will be mailed the following month. All right, so my 4 monthly classes are all designed, shockingly. Anyone can take these anywhere in the U.S. They're offered to go, live, and tub pickup, which means, let me see where I put them. They're on this side. I've got them all put together. So I have a tub for each class with all the supplies inside. The stamps, the ink, the blender pens, Stampin' blends, the, I'm trying to think what else would be in there. Stampin' dimensionals, glue dots, ink, whatever you need is in the box. You register to check it out for 24 hours from my porch. And then you stamp it at home with the PDF instructions and return it the next day. Or you can do it at home with your own supplies, or you can attend the live event. So the live event is November 21st. If you're taking it to go and your kits are being mailed, or, well, if they're being picked up, they're ready by November 21st. If they're being mailed, then, sorry, I was reading an email that just came through with a question about my subscription classes. Anyway, if they're being mailed, they'll be mailed by November 23rd. Okay, so all 4 of these classes, there's 4 to choose from, have those options that I just said. They all only use 1 stamp set, which means less for you to have to purchase to be able to make them. They include a written PDF tutorial with measurements and all, step-by-step instructions. Every step should be listed. If there's ever a problem, ask me, because my brain accidentally skipped it. Hey, Darla, good morning. You can add on the stamp sets and bundles at a discount when you register if you choose. And you can also only purchase the 4 tutorials and make them on your own with your own supplies. But my team gets those for free. So if you're on my team, don't buy the tutorials. And then you can, of course, add shipping when you register if you like. So for card and scrapbook class, the deadline to sign up is November 19th. Each one, card or scrapbook, is $15, but it's free with a $20 order. And I have a host code for that. You'll see it when you register. So card class this month, we're using the Celebration Tidings stamp set. And I've posted a sneak peek in my VIP group and maybe on my business page, I can't remember. But 3 are Christmas cards and 1 is fall. Again, live or to go or tub. We're going to die cut almost, I mean, everything's going to be done for you. You're just going to stamp and assemble. So this will be embossed. This will be die cut. This will be die cut. You'll just stamp, color, assemble. In the email that I have going out as a reminder, I forget what day, it has all the colors listed, but if you need to know those ahead of time, just ask me because I have that information now. We have a special fold or cut, and of course we're going to die cut that for you. So that's card class, free with a $20 order. Using Celebration Tidings, I think I said that. Scrapbook class, I'm so in love with my pages, if I do say so myself. Ever since Peace and Joy came out, I've said that's going to be awesome on a scrapbook page, and it would be awesome on many scrapbook pages, not just the one that I made. To be honest, if you could, with this to-go COVID thing, I would prefer to add more stamps and stuff, but that would make it not very practical for you to stamp at home, and you need 5 stamp sets. So limiting it to only the one is challenging, and it is a challenge, a stamping challenge. I'm going to read this. I was going to say the coast, but changed my mind. Linda, the question. I was going to say the coast, but changed my mind. My time is being spent doing what I love, stamping. Awesome, Linda. Okay, so anyway, long story short, I could only use the stamps and that came in the set, but I love how it turned out. So there's a sneak peek. There's a sneak peek of page 2. Love it. And then you've seen the 3rd page that you'll make, which requires no stamping. Everything's going to be die cut for you. So 3 12 by 12 pages, $15, free with a $20 order. Anyone in the U.S. can take these. Hey, Linda. Good morning, Robin. No problem. Martha, I picked the wrong year not to make Christmas cards. Yeah, Martha, it's not too late. I haven't started mine. It's not too late at all. And you're a demonstrator now, so you can get your supplies at a discount, all that stuff. Okay, so you heard about those 2 classes. Now, the next 2 are the ones that are priced different. They include product with the fee. Each one includes $20 before tax and shipping in merchandise. Each one, the deadline to sign up is November 16th, because it's more stuff for us to order and prep. November 16th, that's Monday. And each one, you can either just take the class, or you can register and subscribe to my club. Same cost for either one. The difference is, if you take it month to month, you won't qualify for some free merchandise in 6 months. If you sign up for the club, you're going to pay the same price. However, after 6 months of consecutive club membership without a break, you will receive $25 in free merchandise from me. So hopefully that sounds good. I've got an email scheduled to go out about that, and just signing up for the class. They're both scheduled to go out. But of course, anytime you guys need the links to those, just message me on Facebook, text me, email me, and I can send that out to you, whichever link it is you need. Okay, so I think that's what I need to say about those. So sampler class is Poinsettia Petals. I love it. I knew this would make a gorgeous sampler, and I'm going to give you all a quick sneak peek. But I am in love with this sampler, and I'm saying if you love poinsettias, you need to take this, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different poinsettias on this sampler, plus a bunch of other stuff. There's gold foil. It's gorgeous, in my opinion. So it is $28. That includes over $20 in merchandise. Everything's cut, die cut, punched that we possibly can for you. And it's packed in order. So the very first thing in your kit will be the first square, and the very last thing in your kit will be the last square. We pack it exactly in order, and then you have PDF tutorial. I think I said everything on that. The next one, the next club or class is Stamp-A-Stack, and I'm loving these cards. This is Snowflake Wishes bundle. You're going to make 12 cards, 4 designs, 3 of each. It's $30, includes over $20 in merchandise, PDF instructions, all that stuff. On these 2 classes, you do cut your own designer paper, but otherwise we cut everything for you. And so I have 8 cards here instead of 12, but you make 12. Your fee is going to include a sheet of that glimmer paper, as you can see, the designer paper, a portion of like a half a pack of designer paper, the blue backed gems. I made it, I can't remember what I changed. Oh, a half a roll of ribbon because I added the glimmer paper. Anyway, it's over $20 value. And then everything's cut, punched, die cut, like these little holes here, already going to be die cut out for you, for example. And anyway, I think they're gorgeous cards. So, any questions on any of that, let me know. We also have Stamping Bingo coming up, and that is a chance to win prizes, have a fun evening on Zoom. It's a Saturday evening. I accidentally put Friday in my email, but it is Saturday. The date was correct, though, November 28th. At 6:30 Central Time. Thank you, Susan, by the way. Thank you, Sandy. Pat's watching while she works. Hey, Tara. Tara, sorry. Tara. Hey, Tara. Martha, photo cards of the first grandchild. Exactly. So easy. Hey, Sherry. Linda, shared in Virginia. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. So bingo, you're going to make 4 projects, 2 gift card holders. They're going to be awesome. And I have a note on there for myself. There's another gift card holder. And 2 gift tags, some really fancy special gift tags with the Peace and Joy bundle. So of course you can use the same one and make the scrapbook pages too. I'm trying to use the stamp sets at multiple classes so everybody doesn't have to buy, like, again, 50 stamp sets. Yes, Sharon, feel free to sign up. You might as well join the club. But anyway, and you can cancel that club at any time, by the way, through PayPal. It's an automatic payment. You just won't get the gift if you don't do 6 months, but you can cancel at any time. Okay, so bingo. Saturday, November 28th. Sign up by November 15th. That is Sunday, I believe. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sign up by Sunday for bingo so that we can get everything ordered and cut in time to mail out to you. It'll be on Zoom. Anyone can do Zoom. If you don't have Zoom, it's free. Anyone can do it. It's going to be $42 with shipping, $34 if you want to pick it up from me. It includes your bingo card, some product to use on your projects with some leftovers you get to keep. And by the way, I used this Christmas, classic Christmas designer paper, which I'll show you when I stamp. So you'll get a portion of that paper with your fee. 4 projects, 6 games of bingo, door prize drawings, fun evening with stampers, and so yeah, that's it. So sign up by Sunday. Hey, Rhonda, good morning. Linda, I think, said she was excited. Yes, can't wait for bingo. Awesome. Let's see what Sandy said. Sitting on her porch, listening to ocean waves, making Christmas tags while watching. I love it, Sandy. Sandy moved to Myrtle Beach, I believe, from Texas when she retired just this year. So awesome. Moved during COVID. Okay, so, and then I have my sneak peek event coming up. That is Saturday, December 12th. That is a live event, sneak peek of these catalogs. And I have chosen what I'm going to use. Yay! And I can order the rest of it December 1st. That's when demonstrators can order from these 2 books fully. December 1st. We had limited stuff before. That was just a perk of attending the event, by the way, to get to order early. Anyway, so if you can attend live, we will have mask required. There's plenty of room at my location to spread out the tables. And you won't have to own any of the new stuff. You'll use all of mine. But if you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, then you can take it to go because you can order all this stuff early. And I'm using, I believe, 4 different stamp sets, but I'll have to update my emails on that and add the information for you so you'll know. Yay, Cindy says bingo is so much fun. And so the sneak peek, you're going to make at least 10 different projects. There's stamping demonstrations. Some will be live and some will be on through Facebook Live through a private group. Only those who registered get to attend. It's $45. You can add on shipping if needed when you register. The deadline is December 4th, but I actually need to know by November 26th if I'm still going to be able to hold it live at the Civic Center, if I get enough people, you know, due to COVID. So November 26th on that one. Links, by the way, to all these have been emailed out. Join my email list if you're not on it, or again, ask me for links privately. Paper share, and by the way, I laugh because Martha said bingo is the bomb. Love it. Okay, I printed a flyer. Here it is. I buried it for my paper share that's coming up. So I want to advertise this early so you can register for mine. But the link is not ready yet, and I can't take payment for it technically until a week before the catalog goes live, so a week before January 5th. But that's what I was Stampin' Up policy. But I posted this on my VIP Stampin' Up group, which you can join if you would like. And I am doing a regular paper share. What that means, which I'm going to show you some of the new papers when I turn my camera down, is you get a sampling of every single paper from the new mini catalog. Every single designer paper. And specialty paper on this one. So I'm doing the regular share if you just want that. It is $60, which basically that's just the cost of all the paper plus shipping. I think that includes shipping, yes. Plus, you know, literally just a couple PayPal fees. That's it. Like it's not marked up. You're just paying regular price, but you don't have to buy probably $180 to get every single pack in the book. Okay. So that's what a paper share is. But we're also offering a paper share party with Make and Takes with Alejandra, April, and me, Jennifer. So let me just tell you what this flyer says. You're going to receive tips on how to, if you do the party, which is only, by the way, $75 with shipping, $68 if you pick it up from me. So instead of $60 or $52 for the regular share, you just are going to add $15 basically to get the party with it, which includes make and takes and all this stuff. So tips on how to use every designer paper in your projects. I mean, not every. Tips on how to use designer paper in your projects. Sampling of every designer paper, of course, and specialty paper. It would cost you over $150 to purchase. By the time you add tax and shipping, that's $180. 6 by 12 pieces instead of 6 by 6, except for there's only one pack of 6 by 6 paper in this catalog, so that one obviously is going to be 6 by 6. PDF tutorial and video instructions for our projects. Facebook party on January 30th, which will be recorded so you don't have to be present. Bonus project ideas. Door prize entry drawing. 9 make and takes using the Happy Thoughts stamp set and Pretty Perennials bundles. Those are new things you'll be seeing soon. Again, you can order the paper share only. That's traditional. That's what I always do. And you're going to cut your own designer paper just like everything else, but we cut, emboss, punch the rest. Deadline to RSVP will be January 17th, and the kits will be ready by January 25th. If you don't receive it in time for the party, that will be due to the post office, not us. But it'll be fine. You'll be able to stamp. I see a mistake in my thing here, like a typo with a parenthesis, so I'm marking it. But anyway, you'll be able to watch the videos and recreate those in a day or two when your mail comes. So I told you the prices. Paper share only, $60 with shipping, $52 with no shipping. The party with the make and takes, the videos, the PDF tutorial, the tips, the bonus projects, the door prize entries, only $15 more. $75 with shipping, $68 without shipping. And then, of course, you'll be able to add on those stamp sets when you register that we're using from these books, if you choose. You can always substitute different images you already own as well. Some fun facts: there are 9 designer papers in this catalog, 4 specialty papers. You're getting a total of 54 sheets of 6x12 and 24 sheets of 6x6, 9 make and takes, and a bonus surprise gift if you do the party. So registration links will be coming soon, but I just wanted you to know to mark that on your calendar. Sign up by January 17th. Okay, where should I put this? Let me see what Darla said. I was hoping to see your new $1 million stamp set. My $1 million stamp set comes out in the June annual catalog, which actually that's like a perk for me, because that means it'll be out for at least 12 months instead of possibly only being out for 6 months if it came out in one of these. So nobody's seen my new stamp set that's coming out that I gave input with Stampin' Up! To design. Nobody's seen it except me and my husband and my daughter. And it comes out in June. So everybody's going to put it on their wish list, right? When it comes out, even if you don't like it. Susan says, my granddaughter, who's 6, is watching me and Kylie. She said she loved your hair. Thank you. That's, yeah. I used to hate my hair because it was so straight, because I was born where I was a kid in the 80s. But now it's okay that it's straight. But I hated it. It couldn't take a perm. It wouldn't hold a curl. It still won't. So anyway, that's funny. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, guys. Yes, so it is exciting, but it's, I mean, I can't even remember when it was designed, but it's been a long time, which they do work on these catalogs 2 and 3 years out, which is crazy. I think that's crazy because then they're on trend when they come out, but it's like you literally finalized that catalog 2 years ago. How is that happening? It's weird. Thank you, Darla. Okay, so my team meeting is Saturday. We're doing it in person and online now. We have, very few attending in person, to be honest. But then we stream it on Facebook. There's an opportunity for everybody in the team to purchase our make and takes. So this is one of the make and takes this month. I'll show you how it opens there. Landa has done all the cutting and scoring for you, and she's going to show us how to make it on the team meeting video. She'll show how to score and cut and everything. But there are 4 of these gorgeous cards. So if you're not in my team, again, maybe join. So you can have the option to take these every month. They are mailed to the to-go people who can't attend in person, who choose to purchase them. And then if you're live, you get to use my stamps and stamp in person. Thank you, Chris. You can take this class Saturday. Still time to sign up. And it's normally the first Saturday of each month at 6:30 p.m. here in Midlothian. And then again, it's streamed on our team Facebook group. And we have projects every month at these. So live or to go, like I said. So if you want to join the team, let me know. It's awesome. Hey, Marianne. She says, good morning, sunshine. Love it. Martha, I'm going to get you a fresh set of Sharpies so you can autograph. I have terrible handwriting, but if y'all want my autograph, sure. I'll have to practice it. Okay, so last but not least, they've announced our new paper pumpkin kit. Are you ready? If you haven't seen this already, teddy bears. Who doesn't like teddy bears? So cute. So it's called Berry Comforting. This is our monthly kits in the mail. You get a box. Of course, it'll be labeled, full of stamping supplies. And anyone can purchase it, of course. You can subscribe for $22 a month plus shipping, plus tax only, free shipping. Or you can purchase it on my website 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. It's a surprise every month. So this is the most sneak peek even Stampin' Up! Demonstrators get. Any sneak peeks you see, we saw also. We don't get to know what it is ahead of time. But they all include, I agree, Chris, it looks adorable, a stamp set that's exclusive to the kit. They all include at least one ink pad that's not exclusive, but they all include at least one ink pad. I don't know what I was going to say. And at least one embellishment, if not multiples. But this was last month's kit. Gorgeous. These die cut Christmas sayings. Die cut images there. You always get adhesive. That's Stampin' Dimensionals and glue dots. Some more pieces from the kit. Instructions. And all your, whatever it is, card bases or whatever. This one is going to make, I believe, now let's see right here, 12 full-size cards. So the size I'm going to make today, that's what size they are, and there's 12, and they always include your envelopes. If it's cards, it is not always cards. So that's the info on that. Any questions, let me know. I always put the links in my videos, like the description. But when you subscribe, you can cancel at any time. So if you decide you want to cancel, you can. Or you can put it on hold for 1 month, like skip a month. If you know maybe Halloween's coming and you don't need that, you can skip that or whatever. I did see someone skip, I think last month's, which also could just be because they're out of town or they can't afford it that month or whatever. So I don't know what the reason was, but I was like, oh, I'm really looking forward to that one. So I'm surprised, but it's your business. So, okay, so I'm going to point the camera down. It's kind of a mess of this stuff I'm going to show you, but basically I'm going to do an unboxing, but I've already unboxed it and taken it out of the box real quick. So it's just a quick showing you what I purchased from the new mini catalogs. I could have purchased more, but I base my purchases on what I'm going to be using next at my events, unless there's something I just really want, like a couple of things here. Because just like I think Susan said earlier, I will eventually buy it all, but I'm spreading it out. So, yay, Dana, glad you love that. Okay, so I'm going to point this down and try to get positioned here real quick. So I've got a pile of stuff I purchased here, and I tried to, because I can't show you the inside of these pages yet, so I tried to organize it by how they're grouped together, since I can't open the book and say this is on page so-and-so and this is what all's included. And on most of it, we were not allowed to purchase the full suite. So anyway, so let me start with this one right here first. It's called Well Suited. This will be part of our paper share. Of course, you'll get a 6x12 sheet, one of each design in this. This is in our masculine. Well Suited actually is the name of the suite. The designer paper is also called Well Suited, but I wrote the suite names because I don't have anything memorized yet. But this is a great masculine paper. It goes away from our trend of blue and green, blue and green, blue and green for masculine. So that's nice. It's more, or different colors. Look, there's even flowers. And of course, anything masculine doesn't have to be only masculine. There's a stamp set and dies that go with this that you're going to have to purchase. There's some paisleys there. I just didn't get it yet because we are using it in one of our retreat classes later. Anyway, so I don't need it right now. But it's got dies that make like a suit, a graduation gown, a wedding gown, doctor uniform, you name it, you can make with these dies. And there's a matching stamp set. So you're going to want that. It's amazing. And then, where did I dump that ribbon? Right here. I have a sticky note on here because this is a prize for my team meeting. But this is called the Well Suited Twine Combo Pack. And so there's 2 colors of twine in there. And that matches that one. That's all I purchased from that suite. And then, these are not part of a suite, but they are called blending brushes. There's like millions of, and actually there's no reason I can't open this, millions of bristles, whatever the word is. So soft. Oh my gosh, this is my first time feeling that. So soft. And you may have seen these with other crafting companies, but of course I'm all Stampin' Up all the time. So you rub it on your ink pad, and then you rub it on your project, and it's going to give such a smooth ink application. So you get 3 in a pack. Those are going to be awesome. I had to have those, of course. We received this as a gift in our, when we registered for the Stampin' Up! Event, if we did our add-on. So this is in that catalog as well. It's called Enjoy the Moment. And then there are dies, of course, that match this stamp set, Floating and Fluttering. But I just ordered the stamp set because it's a prize for my team meeting Saturday. So for now, it's just, or anyway, I can order the dies later, but I ordered that as a prize. So you can imagine how these dies are going to be. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be a die for that, all that stuff. So that's a bundle. It will be a bundle. And then I ordered this bundle. This is really cool. So this many messages. This is one stamp with all those words. So you stamp it one time, and then you die cut out every single word at one time. So imagine you can do this in 2 or 3 colors, or on 2 or 3 or more colors of paper, and then have a little bowl of greetings to choose from when you're in a big rush to get those projects made. And it's a pretty good variety here. Oh, happy day. Hi there. Your kindness means more than you could ever imagine. Look, it cuts out the little star and heart and another star and another star at the same time. 3 stars and a heart. So those images are on there. You could use markers and do different colors on the different images too. Wishing you a year of magical moments and wonderful memories. Just a card to say hello. Happy anniversary. So cute. Many messages. And then these are the cards we made at our Stampin' Up! Onstage event. Stampin' Up! Does it come apart? No, it does not. Chris, you could use a marker and only, or just, you know, isolate one section and ink it up with an ink pad and only stamp that one section. Or you could, if you wanted to, hand cut them apart with scissors and make individual stamps, but then it would be almost impossible to realign it back on here all at one time. So it's just a different type of stamp. But you can always isolate and only ink up one portion. And if you get a little excess ink, it doesn't matter, because then you'll cut around it, whether you use the dies or not. And you can also just die cut these to use for other things as well. Obviously, they don't have to be combined with that. So we made these cards with Dragonfly Garden, which is a whole suite of products. We got this, this is different. We were allowed to purchase this if we wanted to before on stage. So I purchased the bundle. Well, actually it was just one. I think it was one price and you got everything. It was a special thing for demonstrators. But anyway, I received the punch that coordinates with the stamp set, Dragonfly Garden. It's a red rubber. This Mossy Meadow braided linen trim. These ladybug trinkets. I've used a few of mine here, but they're adorable. And I think that was all. Oh, and the designer paper. I've got a couple more things that I purchased since then. So I pulled out the sheets so I could show you each design. You will get 24 of these. If I did my math right, I'm always messing up my math. You're going to get 2 of each design if you do the share. So there's that side and then this side. And there are some dragonflies that match the punch in this designer paper. So hopefully you're seeing a good enough example there of that paper. This was part of my suite from Stampin' Up! Okay, let me show you the cards real quick. These were Stampin' Up! Designs. They gave us the measurements. We cut our own paper, and then we used, of course, the stuff that we purchased there. Of course, that's not going back in there. This one has the little ladybugs on it, and a lot of people modified their designs from what Stampin' Up! Gave us, but I just followed Stampin' Up.'s instructions exactly, and they are different than my normal designs, as you can see there. Okay, another couple things that are in this suite. Again, maybe not, definitely not everything. Dragonfly, or sorry, this whole suite is called the Dandy Garden Suite. So there's these card bases with matching envelopes. super cute. There's a second stamp set that coordinates with this as well, with dandelions. So this is Dandy Garden Memories and More Cards and Envelopes. By the way, I'm planning to use Dandy Garden as one of the stamp sets in my sneak peek event. And then the Dandy laser cut paper. So I took out all the cardboard so we could see through it. So there is a sheet with these four. They're already ready to just pop out of there and glue to your projects. There's some little things on the side there. And then this sheet, these are more, well, some of them are more, as you see, they just fall right out, that you could stamp on and then attach. And they are just that color. They have like a little yellow edge, kind of antique, and then they're just like a white. Okay, so that is what I have of the Dandy Garden Suite. Uh-oh, I'm gonna make a big mess here today. And then this is not all of the fine art floral suite, but this is what I think this is everything we were allowed to purchase right now. So there's these dies. This says, just want to say. I love big words like that. Just want to say. And then of course there's dies there that cut out these flowers. So this is gorgeous. I love it. This is probably my favorite suite from the entire catalog, at least for now. Although I love the Valentine stuff so much, which I don't think we were allowed to purchase yet, but I don't have it yet. But I'm getting it because it's so gorgeous. But there's the stamp set, as you can see. Art gallery. Gorgeous flowers, two-step, dies to match. Like, it's amazing. And some words in there as well. And then this embossing folder, painted texture. Can you see it? It looks like a textured wall. So gorgeous. Sarah and Shelly, the co-founder, and her daughter, who's now CEO, they demonstrated all this on a video for us during the event, and they did something so cool with this folder that I'm hoping to recreate with my customers. This is the, let's see, fine art ribbon. So it's got gold in it, and it's kind of, I can't think of what it is, but it's like another ribbon we've sold before, but without the gold. But it's kind of like a linen or something. I'm not good with what fabrics are. It's gorgeous though. Then we have the fine art, let me see the real name. Yes, fine art floral designer paper. Remember, you'll get these in my share. Look at it. Gorgeous. So gorgeous. Look at the back. Oh my goodness. This one with the gray. Yes. I'll take that. This piece here, I believe that's the one. Or it's this one. Well, one of these coordinates exactly with this foil I'm going to show you next. Either way, gorgeous. I think it's this one that coordinates with the foil. So there's that. You're going to want that, of course. And of course, in this catalog, there will be the codes where you can just order it all. Give it all to me now. And then Golden Garden Designer Specialty Acetate, which you'll get a 6x12 sheet of each of these in your share as well. So if you can see it, it's gold on one side, silver on the other. There is a protective film on here. I don't know which side it's on, but they showed us in their video. So you should peel that off, and it'll be even shinier before you use it. There it is. So peel that off. See, it's even on the opposite side, it's still shinier. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but when you peel that off, and then there's like a medallion kind of image. And then this is the one that if you lay it directly over that designer paper, it matches all those flowers exactly. Of course, you can cut these up as well. Okay, so that's the stuff I purchased from the catalog that out of what we were allowed. That's what I picked. And then I can order more of everything December 1st. I don't see where that opens. That is weird. Anyway, but we also were allowed to get free with $50 purchase, which we'll be able to do as demonstrators in December as well. So it's called Celebration, free with $50 or $100 purchase. When they do this, they do restrict which ones we can purchase. But anyway, this is called Ombre, Oh So Ombre. So I was going to show you each side. And then you can see that that is ombre. And then this one. And that one. 6x6 celebration paper. Awesome. The colors Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Granny Apple Green, and Rococo Rose. Now this though is amazing in my opinion. It's called Flowers and Field Designer Series paper. Free with a $50 purchase. And oh my goodness, just look at it. I don't think I have to say anything. So gorgeous. Kind of Monet-ish is what Martha says. So pretty. Oh, my video's going long today, but maybe worth it. And then I'll show you these stamp sets I got free with a purchase real quick. This starts in January for customers, December for demonstrators. Heal Your Heart, Approaching Perfection. So lots of sympathy type words in here. Thank you, stuff like that. Birthday greetings in this one. Corner Bouquet, which they showed us some gorgeous cards with that one. And Darling Donkeys. That's going to be the popular one this year that everybody's going to want. Okay, so, but I have gone way over time, so I'm going to jump into my stamping now. And this first card is a time-consuming card. So, as a reminder, I'm using this stuff from quite Curvy Celebrations. This is a sneak peek that you can order now. Part of it is sneak peek, the Quite Curvy bundle, which I'm using first, and then part of it is a limited edition while supplies last situation, Curvy Christmas and the designer paper, Classic Christmas. All of these are on my online store now, but if you need any help with that, just let me know. And then here is the Classic Christmas designer paper. So you get 3 colors, Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, and Shaded Spruce, and 4 designs. So there's 3 of them. I'm trying to think which design was missing there. This one, I think. No. This one? Yes, these little trees. So cute with the diamonds on the back. So, okay, so I'm going to use this stuff first in my first card. I think, or I'm not using the, yeah, I am using the dice. Ooh, I'm a mess. Okay, but it's kind of a, it's not complicated, but it's a time-consuming card. So if you remember, I showed this that Kathy gave me for Halloween for our retreat, and I got lots of questions about how to make it. So I'm going to make one, but with this other stuff. It's actually very simple, and you will see that in a minute. So that was Kathy's card. Putting that aside. Let me grab all my supplies here. Do some coloring there. Got lots of stamps I'm going to use. But on the paper, I'm going to cut this down for you so you can see exactly how to make it. So this is Pretty Peacock, 8.5 by 11. So let me do that first. So I'm going to, the card is 5.5 by 11. So this is 11 inches. This is a different measurement than we normally do, meaning, or the main difference is we're only going to get 1 card out of a sheet of paper. So 5.5 inches tall, 11 inches long. And then, but for this card, you can use this strip to make the band that goes around it. So I'm going to cut this to 1 inch, and I'm going to use my washi tape. I showed this last week. It just helps when you have paper that might shift around when you're cutting because of how wide it is or how long it is or whatever. You can just tack that down with washi tape so it doesn't move. But I did learn that if your washi tape is too sticky, you can even see there's a little paper stuck to that. Make it unsticky somehow first, or use a sticky note instead, because you don't want to rip the paper off when you peel that off. This would be just extra you could use for whatever, but those are the two pieces I need for this card. I forgot I still need to score it. So I have the belly band. And then this gets scored at 1 1/4. And then, I'll make sure I'm scoring. Actually, I should tape this down. I have to really put my head in the screen to see what the heck I'm doing on this. 1 1/4 and 3 3/8. So 3 and then 1, 2, 3. It's an 1/8 inch smaller than 3 3/4. And then you do that from each end. So 1 1/4. Another reason I'm taping it is because I tend to bump paper when I do measurements like this where a long piece is sticking out the other end. And then 3 3/8. I have to count it every time. And by the way, our trimmer has the best scoring blade ever. It's like a little circle instead of a pointy thing, so it doesn't rip your paper. That's why I can go back twice. Okay, you want to fold into the valley. So, because this is going to show on the front, you have to, like, unless you flipped it when you were scoring, I'm going to do it this way. So I'm folding this one into the valley, and the front of the card is nice and smooth. That just gives you a smoother fold. And so there's the front of my card, or the base of my card. Of course, you could stamp and sign the back now before you do anything else in case you mess up and you don't want to have everything glued down or ruin the back of your card. I have a graphic that I'm going to put on Pinterest that has those measurements, but of course you can refer back to this video as well. Okay, then for the designer paper, because I'm using this stamp set quite curvy, I used Forever Greenery from our annual catalog. So I've shown this many times, but that was back when the catalog first came out. And this is a combined pack, so I have several of the same design. But you can see it's all greens, and of course the images are greenery images, and it's gorgeous. So that's what I'm using. And I actually didn't have enough of this design, so I glued two pieces together, and you're barely going to be able to see it. But anyway, so I have 4 pieces here, 2 to go on this part of the front of the card that are the same. This is the one I glued together. And then 2 to go on this part of the card. Okay, so you just need these pieces to be, of whatever paper you use, 2 inches by 5 and is it 5? Oh, it's 5 3/8, because when you do the 2 inches, I don't know if you can see this on the video, but it's the skinny 16th inch border. So 2 inches, and then you want to go, instead of 5 1/4, add an 1/8 of an inch, 5 3/8, to give the same border here. Or you would have to go less than 2 inches. Hopefully that makes sense. And then this one is going to be 1 1/8 by 5 3/8 for the same reason. 1 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, so of course those just get attached on there. I'll do that in a minute. Then on the inside of the card, I have 4 by 5 1/4 Whisper White, but I'm going to stamp on it first, so I don't want to glue that down yet. And then on my belly band, I'm like lost my sample. On my belly band, I'm going to make a little tag, sort of like Kathy did. And so I need that tag, which I'll show you in a sec. I'll pre-die cut. I need a scrap to stamp some images that I'm going to stamp and die cut on. And I think those are all my pieces. So this piece was pre-die cut for you from, of course, my favorite Celebration Labels dies. They're in the holiday catalog right now. And it's this one here, the smallest one. And I'm die cutting something else later, I think. Yes. So I will show you that at that time, like how to use our die cut machine. But it's awesome. Okay, so that's pre-die cut. Now for my stamping, let me grab some scratch paper. And oh, I guess I'll just use my special scratch paper that came with my on-stage registration with Stampin' Up. But I do need this for sure because I'm stamping off the edges of this white paper here. So I'm going to stamp in Memento Black ink because I'm going to color in with Stampin' Blends. They are alcohol-based markers. I'm a mess today. And this is a water-based ink. You want to stamp with water-based ink to color with alcohol-based markers. And then I'm using the big leaf image, which there is a die that cuts out that entire image, but I'm not doing that today. And so Memento Black, which is a great black ink, just if you need black or if you want to color with alcohol markers. But it's water-based, so don't watercolor with it. Use Stays-On instead for that. So I'm just going to put this on the two corners. My table surface is very firm, so I don't need my foam mat. But if you don't have a firm, very hard table surface, then use the Stampin' Pierce mat under your paper, which is on our online store. Okay, what else do I need to stamp? The greeting, Pretty Peacock to match the paper. So of course everything with Stampin' Up matches and coordinates. And I'm stamping Thinking of You Makes My Day. Isn't that cute? So I'm just tapping, and it has the curves which match the dies, of course, which you'll see on another card today. But I'm not using that, just stamping it there. Oh, and I forgot, I wanted to show you, this stamp says Made with Love Just for You, and it comes with this stamp set. It's perfect to put on the back of your cards if you want. And so you would want to do this first, because if you mess up, you can fold everything the opposite direction and cover it up and get a second chance back here. So Made with Love Just for You. And you can use that on anything, but I like these kind for the back of my cards. What else on stamping? So on this little scrap of white, I'm going to stamp 3 birds. So there are 3 single bird stamps. I put them all on one block. In this case, because I'm going to color them and die cut them out. Where did I put that black ink pad? But you could align them like on a branch or anything you want if you want to put them on one block, or they can be used individually as well. And then also on my little tag for stamping, last but not least, I'm going to stamp Hello on the side because the birds are going to go all around it. And Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I'm not going to color all this in. Don't worry. I've pre-colored everything. But just to show you, in case you're new to Stampin' Blends, let me do a bird. What do I want to do here? Okay, sorry. I'm like, let me see how to instruct this. So normally what I show you is you use the dark first of like Crumb Cake, for example, and then go over everything with the light. So you add your shadow. This is just my way. There's 100 ways to do this. And then add the light all over. I'm doing the same thing today, but I'm using 2 different colors. So my dark color is going to be Peacock Light, and my light color is going to be Dark Seafoam. Okay, so dark first. I'm going to use the fine point because these are little lines on this leaf stamp. And, ooh, I need my readers. All the lines are running together. You don't want to color where there's not really a leaf. See, I almost colored that little stem. And I do small sections at a time and then go over the whole thing with light. And then what it does is blend it. But at first, you're going to see these harsh lines of the dark that I did, especially since I used a different color. So with alcohol markers, you just keep coloring until it blends out the way you want, which basically it makes those harsh lines magically disappear. The reason to do small sections at a time is because as the ink dries, so when you put the dark on, as that dries, it won't blend as well. And so if I colored this whole thing with dark, by the time I get to the second section, it'll be dry and it won't blend as well. But again, just keep going over it. You can't ruin your paper with this until you get the effect that you're going for. Sorry, I'm trying not to say in my videos, and then I say it approximately 500 times. So it blends out. I don't know how well you can see that, but the harsh lines are not there now. You can keep going back, adding more dark. It does bleed through to the other side, so be aware of that. That's normal. Filling in shadows, lightening, all that stuff. And then just to show you real quick on these birds, I didn't do any blending. I just used on some of them, and I don't know if these are the same as my sample, but it doesn't really matter. But I used all 4 of these colors, and on some of them, I made like the top dark crumb cake and the bottom light crumb cake. I got the wrong tip open there, but I'll just go with it. And it's okay if I overlap a little bit, however, I'm not trying to blend it. So just light and dark or whatever. And so I colored all 3 of those birds, and then I die cut them out. Just put them here for a second so you can see with the 3 different bird dies. And then of course I fully colored all of these images in. Dark seafoam. Yeah, I wrote myself a note like I was going to forget what I used. Okay, so we're ready to assemble now. As I'm doing that, sort of. Oops, now I'm going to lose those birds. I want to show you just one thing that if anyone has used this die, let me know what I'm missing. Not that. This die here with these leaves. So I tested it. If you can see it, it is a row of like vine ivy. And I was like, let me see what that does. So this is what the negative is. All those leaves fall out. But there are, I don't know how well you can see it on the video, little embossed vines and stuff in between. So I'm thinking this is just more detail than I personally want to get into. Because then, of course, there's all the little leaves that are embossed on the front side with the little veins and stuff in the leaves. They're embossed on there. So you could use those in a shaker card or to attach back. I'm thinking you could die cut this out and then attach these back with tiny little pop-ups. I mean, of course, there could be a color underneath that if that's a border. But so I looked on Pinterest and I couldn't find any samples where they use this particular one. This is not a slimline card, Martha. I've never made a slimline card. Slimline, I think, in my estimation, just means a skinny card that fits into a number 10 envelope. But this is actually the same exact size as a regular card. It just takes more paper because of the opening, but it works out to the same size as a regular card. So now we're just at assembly. I am going to use some tear and tape on one section, and then I'll use my regular seal, Stampin' Seal on the rest. And if I've forgotten anything, we'll find out as I go, because I can't think right now. Actually been, I think, can't remember if I designed these Monday or Sunday. Either way, if it's been more than about an hour, I forget stuff. So that's why I have sticky notes everywhere. So there's that. Repeat on the other side. Remember to hold your Stampin' Seal straight up and down. And faster you move and break it, oop, I couldn't have done that if I tried, the better, or the easier it breaks off and doesn't make it where you have to hand advance it. And you don't really have to do the strong apply and break to the left or right. That's gonna scoot, see mine's even scooted a little, the plastic all the way to the side and make it not work as well. So the quicker little movements you make, the better, basically. And don't forget, by commenting on the video and sharing and commenting that you shared, you're entered to win these cards. So somebody's going to win this really cool card here. And also, as far as a name, Martha, I don't know if this is correct, but I would just call it a gate fold. So it's a type of gate fold, but maybe there are other types of gate folds as well. Like that. Okay, so that's the inside. You could put more designer paper here, get even fancier. You could put strips of white there, you know, whatever you want to do. You can embellish as much as you want, but that's basically my finished card. And then for my belly band, I don't ever score these. I know you can, and I don't know if Kathy did, but I don't. But you don't want these too tight, especially on something like this. So I just estimate, and I loosely, well, that one doesn't matter. This is the one that needs to be loose because it's the second one. I don't want it folded really tight against that line. I'm gonna like use my fingernail and do it a little looser so that it will slide off and on easier. And then this part's gonna get covered up by our tag here. Actually, it will get fully covered. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. I did trim the other one down a little bit with scissors, but I'm gonna use tear and tape because it's a really strong adhesive. 2 little pieces of tear and tape. Literally, you tear it, put it on there. And then my tip on tear and tape is always, 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 don't try to peel it off from the little ends here. Press really firmly and then just go right in the center with your, if you have a thumbnail, that's great because it works really good. So press thumbnail in the middle, which of course it's gonna act a little funky on me today because of video, but, and then I'm just gonna close that up. There's that. Now let me see, not that it matters, I could switch it. Put it back right side up for me. So I'm just gonna add this on. So each little bird, I think I used a mini Stampin' Dimensional. If not, I should have because they're tiny. So that's a perfect fit. And let me look at my original to see where I place these birds. Not that it has to be exactly the same. But let's see here. This little guy is kind of up here. This one's kind of looking up. Hello, maybe that's the mom. I don't know. And then here's this one. So just whatever. Oh, and I had ribbon on this too. Dang. Another little step I'm gonna do. Okay, and then Stampin' Dimensionals on the back here. So I've got my, I did have, oh, right here. I'm whittling down this sheet of Stampin' Dimensionals. I've cut these in half, so the little, it was a full sheet like this, but the little paper keeps, oh, this is not where they go. The paper keeps getting cut off, if that makes sense. That one's kind of ruined. You don't want the dimensionals on the corners because then you're going to seal your card up and no one can ever open it. You want the dimensionals on the band only. I'm just kind of using that as a guideline there. And then we'll place that right there. Just center it with this part. Super cute. And then I just added a bow because well, first of all, Kathy's had a bow, so I couldn't, you know, not do that. Or hers had ribbon, I should say. But also I felt like it needed something there. So I'm gonna make a bow out of this white crinkled seam binding, but I wanna color it. So I'm gonna make a very loose bow and trim it off. That's for my measurement. Then I'll untie it and color it real quick. Here's a scrap. And I'm going to use dark seafoam and the brush tip end and just color this ribbon. So you can color ribbons that are light or white very easily with Stampin' blends. And the bonus is that alcohol ink dries really quick, like super fast. So you'll be able to touch it almost immediately. And especially if you don't mind getting a little ink on your fingers, then you can touch it right away. And I'm seeing if there's any white spots on there. And what was my other thing? Oh, with this crinkled seam binding, once it's colored and it dries, it actually makes it a little stiffer, so it's easier to work with. So I'm going to do a bunny ear bow, 2 bunny ears, lots of space in between. All my fingers are pointing at me, nothing's pointing away. My right hand will go over my left, and that makes like a support ribbon shape there. Right hand over left, and then that same right hand, that loop is going to go down in the rabbit hole. And then of course the bow will not look good. You have to fix it and adjust it. And then we'll mini glue dot this on, trim, you know, whichever end, or sometimes both, that doesn't look right. See? And then grab our glue dots. Okay, so that card wasn't too bad actually as far as time consuming, but I mean for the demonstration. But just a little extra work there to make a super cute card. What do y'all think? I see Robin answered a question. I don't know what it is. Mary, you have to watch again. No problem, of course. Let's see. That was cool cardstock twirl. Yeah, right? I did that little magic trick. It was like a basketball. Cool, Robin. She says she'll use this for that fold for her Valentine card in January. Oh, I did. Darn it. Well, there's ribbon right here too. I was in a hurry here. This ribbon, I just used tear and tape and wrapped it, and I can still add that later. Added it here because I thought that band was plain, which it is. Look at that. This is our in color ribbon. It's the scalloped linen ribbon. And of course, this is pretty peacock. Sorry about that, man. So I'll fix that and add it later. But I think whoever wins is going to get this card anyway because the bow looks better. Okay, so there's that card. Our pretty complicated, but not. Just complicated as far as what all the steps I had to tell you. The next 2 cards are Christmas cards. I really love Curvy Christmas so much. I think it's a great stamp set. Where is Curvy? Right here. So there's Curvy Christmas. And I'm also using the Curvy dies. So these can be purchased in our new catalog. This cannot. You have to get this now. Let me see. I don't know if I had another thought, so we'll go with it. So our card base is a regular card base now. 5.5 by 8.5. So you take your 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, 2 cards out of 1 sheet of paper. I'm going to fold this one like normal with the bone folder. So align the 2 corners on my table, pinch once with my finger, and then fold with the bone folder, which gives you a smoother fold on the inside. Of course, now you can stamp and sign your name on the back, or actually it would be this direction for this card. And then set that aside. The other pieces I have are 4 by 5 1/4 cherry cobbler, 3 3/4 by 5 of the designer paper, Classic Christmas. I'll show you the back side, but I use the stars. And then this piece of Whisper White, which is 2 1/4 by 5 inches. So it is the same length as this green paper, and it's 2 1/4 inches tall. So for this one, I want to use, and I really could have used any, well, these 2 dies, either one of those. I guess, I was just thinking, I guess if this were like a leafy card, you would cut it like that and then you'd have that leaf design here, and it would be cut off on top. So something like that. Somebody needs to use this die for me. But I'm using this one which has the little dot holes, you know, just polka dot holes all the way through. So you need to look every time you use this and make sure that the cutting blade, one side cuts off and one side does not cut at all. So the cutting blade needs to be where you want it to be. For me, I want to cut off the top edge of this. So when I run it through my die cut machine, it'll be like that. I can use a sticky note to make sure it stays where I want. And for me, this does not have to be perfect. If I'm making 20 of these and the next one gets cut here and the next one's here and the next one's here, it's going to be just fine. So you could just basically center it, looking at each edge here kind of equal. But depending on what you're making, it may not necessarily have to be exact. So that's how I'm going to cut it. And I have the blade at the top, so I'm cutting the top part off. Grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is $120. Anyone can purchase it now. The mini is still not available, and it comes with everything you need to cut. So I've got the platform, which is number 1. Then I have number 2, which is the die adapter, and then I have a number 3 on bottom to cut on. This is the one I cut on. Then I'll put my paper down with the die facing down, and then another number 3 on top that I keep clean, so I never put that one on bottom. Run it through. It only takes one time unless you're doing some crazy intricate stuff. And then let me move this so I can grab my little whatever this thing's called. I just kind of forget the name. So some of the dots are here on my thing, which I'll show you how. I'll take those off in a second. And then some of the dots, the holes, I can remove by running my die brush across the foam. And then you always want to check in any other pieces of paper that are left inside your die. Make sure you poke those out before you use it again. So I always clean it out before I put it away. And then I always clean it out, or I check it before I use it the next time as well, because that will prevent it from cutting there, or it'll get paper like jammed up in there and kind of ruin your die. And then you can use the edge of your die to scrape off if you don't want to use your fingernail, whatever got stuck on your cutting pad. Okay, so that is that part. And then this is a simple, you may have seen already on Pinterest, or previously I should say, lots of cards using this stuff. And you can cut layer upon layer. You can use both designs of the dies. You can keep alternating the weight, you know, sort of the pattern, and you can have like snowy hills, all kinds of stuff. I'm just doing one layer, a simple one to show you today. And then I've got a couple of other samples I'll show you. Okay, so I'm going to stamp, I need that scratch paper again. I'm gonna fold this in half. It's easier to work with in my small space here. And I want to stamp first this super cute image of stars on a line in shaded spruce ink. So on this one, the curve matches up with the die pretty well. Some of them, you actually have to sort of adjust the shape of the stamp to match your curve better. And actually, I could adjust it more right here, but I'm just not going to right now to save time. So you've literally, physically, there we go. Pick it up, and because it's photopolymer, you can shift the shape of it. And you can just keep messing with that until you get it where you want. And that's what I did on this one. So I'm not going to shift it now because I've already fixed it. But my greeting, I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler ink. And I'm going to stamp, "May your days be merry and bright. in Cherry Cobbler right below that. So cute. And then also in Cherry Cobbler, I had a scrap of Whisper White. And I'm going to stamp this really cute bow image. And then I'll hand cut that out. There's not a die for that, unfortunately. But I believe, yeah, that's all I need for this card. So this is, like I said, a simple version of using these dies. It's just going to all be stacked up there, nice and simple. The bow is just sort of to add, let me throw these readers on my face, to fill in this space right here. So I could have used real ribbon, or I'm not sure what else, but some kind of embellishment there. But instead, I'm just going to quickly hand cut this out and then fill that in. And then I will add the holiday rhinestones. They come, okay, I don't have all the colors memorized, but I checked. And this is Shaded Spruce and this is Cherry Cobbler. So they have two of our colors here in it. And the holiday rhinestones are in our annual catalog, and I believe they're like $6, so it's a great deal. And they're called holiday, but you can use them anytime because they're, you know, rhinestones. Like, it's not like you only use Cherry Cobbler at Christmas or whatever. So, do you love watching people hand cut stuff out on videos? Okay, so let's put it together. I'm going to put this together flat. I can sort of stack this on the table to make sure I get it aligned at the bottom and then side to side. And then attach this one. By the way, this is my host code this month. So if you do place an online order outside of an event, 25 or more gets you a free class packet, and 50 or more gets you also a free full accessory. And this month it's the gift wrapped bundle. I'll just use a Stampin' Dimensional. I'm looking for them. So I'm gonna grab a mini because I don't know. Actually, that's kind of perfect. I don't know where the other ones went, and I'm going long today, so. And then for the rhinestones, I'm going to use the Shaded Spruce. So I will use my Take Your Pick tool. There's a spatula end as well. Thank you guys. I didn't even look at your comments about the other card because I was like, let me move on. But I'm gonna add 5 or 6 here. This is the small one. It does come with small, medium, and large, but you get the most of the small and then a couple of rows of medium and a couple of rows of large, just like our clear rhinestones. There we go. Okay, so there's that nice little simple Christmas card, but it does use some die cutting. So it's not the most simple card ever. Whew. Got through that one a little quicker. All right. So, last but not least, another Christmas card. This one actually is really simple. I did not use the dies for this one. So I have my card base 5.5, 8.5. I have, pretend this is a full piece of the designer paper, 4 by 5 1/4. Let me show you the back side, the adorable trees, 4 by 5 1/4, and then a Whisper White 3 3/4 by 5. I'm also going to use the Adhesive-Backed Snowflakes on this card. So, what I wanted to show you is I'm not using this on this card at all, but I felt so guilty covering up all of that designer paper because it's never going to be able to be used again, ever. So, I cut this out from my Celebration Labels dies, and I'm just going to save it for another time. So, even if I don't use that shape, I'll still have this giant piece. I could punch a circle from it, cut it down to a smaller square or whatever. Okay, so these are my pieces. Let me do my card base real quick. And then set these two aside. We're gonna just be, I have a sticky thing on my table. We're going to be using this part here, this piece. There's some adhesive there. More scratch paper again. So I'm going to stamp my favorite image from this set, which is the row of Christmas trees, or just pine trees. I have Merry Christmas, and then I have the snowflake and these like dots, which can be snow, of course. So the first thing I'm gonna do is add my trees. I'm looking around over here. I lost my card sample. Here it is. I was like, ugh, I'm gonna have to do this by memory. So shaded spruce, of course, y'all know ink our stamps gently, except for Memento Black, and black stays on. And just put that towards the bottom here. Simple, simple. They're so cute. Oh, did I do it? Yeah. So then I stamped them 2 more times without re-inking, offsetting each time to give like some, a hill of trees basically. And they get lighter and lighter. Then Merry Christmas is in Cherry Cobbler. Down here on the bottom left-hand side where that hole is. Simple. And then, I can't remember what order I did this in before, but I'm going to next sponge on my sky in Balmy Blue ink. So I have a stamping sponge here. I had to put it in a baggie so the cat wouldn't get it. That's the only reason it's in a baggie, but I have a little thing stapled here, so I know that's Balmy Blue. I'm going to tap it on my ink pad and then start on my scratch paper so that I don't get like the harshest balmy blue you've ever seen on my card that I can't make go away. And just give it some sky here. And it's always like, you can't tell, it's like, did I even do it? But then if you put it against something white, you can see that it's there. You can make it darker if you like. You can make the edges darker by sponging more on the edges, all that stuff. But that looks good to me. So then I just added lots of snowflake. Oh, I did it different. Well, too late now. My snowflakes are, or these, I call them snow. They're not snowflakes. Of course, this can just be a splattery background, but only towards the bottom here. So like the top is just your sky. And then these are coming, or the clouds, and these are coming out of the clouds. You see how I'm stamping and then stamping 2 or 3 more times to get the lighter color. Then the snowflake is actually a little bit large for this, the proportions, but I still thought they looked cute, so I added them anyway. I did not stamp them off to make them lighter. I just used the full strength color everywhere. You can always go off the edges to make it look like you cut it from a larger piece of paper and so on. That's it. We're going to add some snowflakes up here, glue it together. That is your 3rd card. So nice and simple, but I think it's really cute. And this is great for beginner stampers. You can just get a stamp set, get 2 or 3 ink pads, and make some cards. So if you are a beginner stamper, or you know a beginner stamper, because this is the year to get all your friends into crafting, right? They have time. They need a hobby. They need to connect with their friends and family by mailing them Christmas cards and or all kinds of other handmade gifts, or hand delivering, or, you know, whatever the situation is. So this is the year to get your friends into stamping. Thank you, Linda. Thanks, Janet. Green multifold card, yes. Let me grab my take your pick tool again. I'm definitely gonna have to catch up on y'all's comments today. Yes, Alma, very true. I believe she's saying this would make a great Christmas card. Definitely. To be honest, it was hard for me not to only just use the Christmas stamp set on these cards today, but I was like, do one with the other set. Okay, so with these snowflakes, you get one with a sheet with a pink tint and a sheet with a green tint. So I'm just going to use both on this card. mix and match. So I'll just pick up every other color so that I don't leave one out. And just throw some shimmery, like sparkly, iridescent-y snowflakes on here as well. These are great. I would be surprised if we don't run out of these at the end of this catalog, so stock up on them now. I don't know anything, but that's just like my prediction. That was upside down. Maybe one more over here. Right there. All right. So simple. There's my original. There you go. All right. So let me bring, I guess they pretty much look the same, but on this first one, I only sponged at the very top. This one, the sponging goes down a little lower and then it gets white. So whatever you prefer, I think they both look fine. These are the 3 cards from today. Of course, if you're watching replay or you just came on or whatever, you can still comment and or share to get entered. By the way, sharing means that you clicked the link from Facebook that says share, and then you posted the video somewhere else, maybe another group or on your personal Stampin' Up page or something like that. So that's what sharing is. But you have to comment that you shared because Facebook likes to keep that private for your privacy. I should use my new brushes, right, Janet? They came in after this was all designed. So, but good idea, definitely. See, and I'd like to compare the difference between the new brushes and sponging. So awesome. Thank you guys very much. Okay. It wasn't too much over my normal amount of time, but maybe 10 to 20 minutes over. So thank you for sticking with me. I have to go back and catch up if there were any questions posted or anything like that. The tree embellishments are the Snowflake adhesive sequins. I'm looking for them here on the table and not seeing them, of course, to give you the exact name. But Snowflake, I don't know where they are. Oh, I had a couple of more cards to show you guys too. Here they are. Adhesive-Backed Snowflakes. I knew I was saying it wrong because I actually ordered the wrong thing because I couldn't get the name straight. Adhesive-Backed Snowflakes. They're in our holiday catalog. Those are the ones I think, in my opinion, that we'll run out of, but who knows. So here's another simple card, very similar to this one, but if you can see it on the video, the background is embossed with that evergreen embossing folder. I cannot see it there, but I don't know if you can or not. So similar design there. This one is a card swap that I did for On Stage, but I copied it from Genevieve Co. But there are 3 layers of the die cutting there. So we used 2 of the dies and die cut 3 times and then made that be the inside. This is another, I can't remember, I think this might be a thank you card. I honestly still can't remember what this was from, but this was another card I did, which I think was inspired by something online. And then this was one of those swaps I showed you at the beginning from On Stage. So I wanted to show you how she did that. So she glued, I don't know how to say it right, but there's 2 pieces here, the front of the card and the bottom piece, and then there's a slip of designer paper in between, so it's all pieced together. So lots of options there on how you can use the Quite Curvy and Curvy Christmas. Thanks. What about the other ones that are not the snowflakes? So I think the only other embellishment I showed was the holiday rhinestones. Sharon. And if not, ask more questions and I'll figure out what I'm forgetting, because, you know, when I do these Facebook Lives, it's like the brain power leaves me for some reason. I can talk about the stamping and then I can't answer anything else because I have no brain. I don't know. Cool, Brenda. Yes, rewatch tonight. No problem. Thank you, Sandy. Thanks, everybody. Hey, Stacy. I missed saying hi to you earlier, I believe. I'm glad you guys like the cards. I'll be posting pictures of them on my blog and my VIP group today. And I'll upload this video to YouTube so you can share it with friends that way if they're not on Facebook and all that stuff. So everybody have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you.